Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, class. This is Professor Coyote. Welcome you back to our Let's Play of Starflight. Now, let's get right back into it. If you remember our last episode, we had just started. I had started going over some of the processes and starting to go over. We've got our crew made. We've got our ship started to get ready. We've done a little bit of mining so far, and that's just what this episode's going to be a little bit mostly about. It's just some of the mining and see if we get any of the plot advanced from there. So let's there we go. We'll hold here on the Interstellar Police warning as provided by the Galactic Treaty of 4410. This computer software product is hereby declared the intellectual property of the human author's binary systems. All rights are henceforth reserved in space and time. Provision of this protection of intellectual property is covered under Section 8.9.1a of the Intangible Property Act of 4506, ratified by all beings except the Gazertoid. Included in Section 8.9.1a C is a provision for interstellar corporate police to enforce the law. Warning, any being caught with an unauthorized copy or version of this software product will be punished by interstellar corporate police. Punishment may include the destruction of the offending being. So just remember, if you're trying to pirate that game in the year past 4509, you're going to get blown up. So we'll let this load up. As you can see here, it's a quick load process. This is, like I said, imperative that you save before quitting the game. Otherwise, nothing happens, and then you can't play the game. And then nothing happens, and then you get mad, and then you wasted, however many hours. Let's get the mouse cursor out of the way. Okie dokie, so let's do a quick double check of a couple of things. I don't remember if we sold anything yet, so let's check our bank. Okay, so we have the third. I'm not sure if I don't remember if we went back or not. Right now we're 18,000 MUs. I think we sold everything, but let's check the trade depot. No. Okay. Actually, that's the best way to check it. We don't have anything to buy, and we just have fuel. We haven't burned much fuel yet because you don't burn fuel in intra-system travel. It's kind of like Star Trek. You kind of run on impulse when you're in the same system, so you're not burning endurium. You are spending time, but it's only when you go between systems in basically hyperspace, if you will, is when you burn endurium. That's how you get the fast and light travel. So, otherwise, the engine itself can handle things. We've got a Class 2 engine right now. Let us buy a few more cargo pods. Bink, bink. Let's get up to 8. Because, let's see, we can almost afford a Class 3 engine. Because until we actually start going out there and getting shot at, we don't need higher stuff yet. But it's probably not a bad idea. Let's see. We can actually buy all the way up to Armor 1. But you know what? We'll get 10 there. We'll sell the armor then, because we can go to Class 4 armor. Not expecting any sort of actual, issues, but you never know. Okay, you know what? Let's just crank out. There we go. Now we are full of cargo bays. Now, people who might have played this before, or at least played 2, know that there's only cargo bays in Starflight 1. In Starflight 2, they give you a couple of special things that take cargo bay slots, and I believe you might actually have one. I think so. There might be a cargo bay slot thing here. I just gotta kind of refresh the memory. But anyway, so we're back down to 1,400 MUs, but we are chock full of cargo pods. Can't buy any more, which is great. That means we can actually really start kind of grinding away. We don't really need to buy a better engine just yet, but I don't think we could actually get anything a bit higher. So let's get out of here. And actually, focusing a lot on especially getting cargo pods is imperative, because that way you can have you'll spend less time going back and forth. I believe we can actually start. Yeah, it's 300 MU a session for for training. So let's crank up the our I tried doing the keypad. This is an old school game, so keypads that's for something else completely. You only do the regular numbers. So we'll do 4. So that'll be 4 times 9. So as you can see, that goes up 36. So now he has a science of 86. You don't have enough money to actually do anything else, but at least we got him close to 100. So let's get going. I believe no time has passed, so it still counts as the 3rd. Let's check. Yeah, no new notices. No, let's not replay that. Let's go out there and get some minerals from our planet right near us. Now, please let me know if... Oh, that's right. Forgot that we need to get at least the code wheel going. Sorry about that. Anyway, please let me know if you want me to cut down on the grinding, if you want me to do a lot of grinding off screen, or Benny Hill it, or whatever, i.e. fast forward and play his funny song behind it. I will certainly do that. I do want to do some off screen, but I also want to give you the full experience. So let's launch. Let's ready to launch. And here are the codes. So we're looking for the staff. Boink. A tesseract. Boink. And the thrin. So 555 412 555 412. Boink. Let's double check that. 555 412. All right, we can put that away since I don't think we're gonna need it again today. Woo! Let's get out of there and move out and navigator. So we got Sulu going and doing his job. So right for a little bit of grinding, we're just gonna kind of grind right here on the first planet. Actually, yeah, I want to get a little bit of cash to get some more Endurium first before we go to that second planet. Because remember, according to our notes, there's a pretty decent thing amount. Let's see, I believe there's ruins in the neighboring planet, which also has quite a bit of good stuff in it too. So what we'll probably get to today, with some blah. Sorry, brain no thinking. Actually, yeah. Here, let's do these kind of midlands here. Anyway, what I was gonna say is we will probably get to start looking at some of those ruins in the today's episode. It's not gonna be an hour-long episode. I do have a couple things I need to do today, but I did want to at least get something up. I want to try to shoot for at least one Starflight episode a week. I did say this wasn't going to be necessarily a daily thing, but we do want to make sure. You know, I don't want this to end up basically being too far out that people lose interest or don't like this, or like, oh, he's playing Starflight again, which I know, yeah, but whatever. Anyway, hey, sweet, we almost landed on a piece of mineral right there. All right, so let's actually, let's get it. Let's see what it is. Maybe it's actual use. Hey, Promethium, yes. Yes, we are not going to the Promethean school of running away from things. Oh, a heck! That's a lot of Promethium, so that's already 3,000 right there. Alright. Scanning new terrains. Like I said, whenever you pop scanning new terrain, that's when you want to go to your map mode. Because that means the computer has drawn some new stuff for you to pick up. And generally, you'll be able to pick up everything. It's only if you're running out of cargo room in your ship that it'll tell you how much you want to pick up. So you never have to worry about it. Just gotta go cargo, go boink, take it all, boom, and move on. We're at about 37%. The energy is not too terrible yet. Ooh, man, we landed on a Promethium freaking gold mine. Oh, there's a little bit there. Might end up repositioning. There doesn't seem to be a lot of pocket stuff here. But anyway, I hope, because this should be going up right around that time, I hope my viewers in Canada had a wonderful Canada, and my American viewers are enjoying their 4th of July weekend. In fact, 4th of July is a double holiday in the Professor Coyote household, because that is actually the birthday of my wife, Lady Hattie. That would be Lady Hattie. That's at twitch.com/Lady Hattie. She does a lot of RimWorld and SimCity right now. But yeah, so the 4th of July is always at her birthday. Well, of course, it's always been her birthday. Wow, that was a great statement there. Yeah, let's risk it a little bit more so we can get some more. Oh, nope, that one's a little too far away. Anyway, I know that Lady Hattie's dad always used to tell her that the fireworks were just for her. So that was always a sweet story. So yeah, well, we're gonna go out to dinner and have some friends and get her some presents. It'll be really nice. I won't tell you what they are in case she watches this. But you know, maybe next episode I'll tell you what we got her. Chromium's not bad. Just about the only mineral you really don't want to pick up is lead. I mean, after all, it is bloody useless, and it's only worth about 80 credits per kilo. So it's essentially a giant waste of your time. Promethium is about the mid-range where you like going. Okay, there we go. Tungsten, that's about not bad. That's only about 340 credits of it, but it's better than, you know, heck, that's almost better than 4 credits, 4 kilos of lead, basically. Let's just go. Alright. We're on a pretty good, I mean, that was always a good thing, is that, oh, good. They do give you a pretty decent, basically, first starting area in this game. So you don't have to necessarily go all the way out there. In fact, it's really, I think they intentionally did that, so you have a starting planet where you can basically build up a whole bunch of Endurium. So you don't end up wasting fuel trying to go, you know, burning money to go make money kind of thing. Alright, let's get back here. So, I don't know if we're going to be doing any fireworks. Sometimes we just sit back and watch the cul-de-sac, or our neighbors, or whoever we're living near at the time, light their fireworks off, because, I mean, let's face it, usually other people's fireworks are a lot better than ones you buy. Ooh, let's risk it. Maybe it's chromium. Well, hey, it was right. It's chromium. I meant to say maybe it's promethium, but, you know. Alright. Okay, so we put... No, do not do the maps, and do not show me another piece. Okay, we gotta head straight down. Come on. 19, 18, 17. Okay. So, usually if it's in the cardinal direction, it tends to be about 2 for 1. So, we barely just pulled it off this time. Let's do one more, head straight north, and then we're going to go land on another place. Let's see if, oops. See if it was nice and drew us any. Nope. Alright, we're going to go straight north this time. But yeah, usually the fireworks other people buy always seem to be better than the ones you buy. That was always the case for me and my family. Not that we buy lousy fireworks, but we were always just kind of a little bit broke. Could never buy much more than just, like, you know, a few really nice things. And besides, I think it always builds a nice thing of community when you're able to watch your neighbors and get to know them. Besides, the ultimate thing is, really awesome fireworks are illegal in Oregon, and what I mean is anything like Roman candles or stuff that shoots up. But that's about one of the rules that no one ever actually follows. So it kind of becomes a Wayne's World incident thing. So what I mean is that scene where they played hockey and then had to move every time a car went by. Then game on, game on. In this case, it's every time a sheriff or a policeman or woman comes by. everyone hides the illegal fireworks, and then, you know, waits for them to go by, and then starts them all back up. Because, like I said, that's like, it's like speeding laws. It's one of those laws people, you know, probably should follow, but usually don't. And, you know, it's only when somebody like decides to actually call it in that it even really matters. You know, those are always the popular neighbors, the ones that that narc on the illegal fireworks. Okay, let's launch. We're going to launch and then find go to land somewhere else. I'm not going to try to, like I said, I'm not going to bore you with too much grinding, but we do need to get money enough to make sure our ship doesn't explode, because aliens don't like us. Hey, let's disembark. Actually, you can't disembark in space. What's wrong with you? Alright, let's look at our status. It is the 5th day. We've spent basically about 2 days doing this now. We have 13% cargo. So, really, if I recall, you've got like almost a in-game year before things like become really problematic. I mean, they'll let you know if the star is becoming more unstable. So you can spend a good amount of time not doing the plot yet, but you really got to start. Basically, if I remember, you have a couple of years before the planet goes kaboom. I believe you can actually log a planet, and you can still win the game even if the flare hits Earth before the actual thing goes. I'm not quite sure. But anyway, let's get something going. Let's go right here. Yeah. About, as you can see, there's not much water, not much lowland, so it doesn't really matter where you're landing. Because while the planets have already been generated, there's like an algorithm in there that procedurally generates where the minerals actually pop out on any given time when you land on a planet. Hey, there we go. Let's see, oh, there's one right there. Let's go on down one more. Ooh, more promethium. We cannot take the planet's surface. You cannot pick up the planet's surface. Well, we technically are picking up the planet's surface by taking these minerals, but you cannot take the whole planet's surface. Antimony? I never know how to pronounce that. I think it's antimony or antimony. I don't know, but then again, I also read Gunnerkrig Cork, so, you know, you see that word a lot more than you'd think, due to that's the name of the main character in Gunnerkrig Cork. Although everyone just calls her Annie, because, you know, no one ever knows how to pronounce the damn element's name. Let's see. Yep, this is just grind while I talk. Oh, I gotta admit, this actually gives me a lot more opportunity to actually talk and just yammer. Ooh, 10. Very nice. Than, say, my EU episodes do, because usually I'm too focused on trying to not blow up or, you know, actually conquer, or try not to get killed horribly in battle. So that's out. Great. Bupkis. So, like I said, this allows me to actually start talking a bit more, and, you know, maybe actually have a bit more personality. So that's what I'm going to like this series for as well. It's just the opportunity to just talk more. Because, I mean, that's kind of what we all watch Let's Players for. Yeah, we watch them to enjoy the game they're playing, but sometimes it's fun watching someone go off, like Northern Line. You know, I think Northern Line has developed a huge following just from the absolute crazy that comes out of that Canuck's mouth. I mean, the sheer... I mean, I just think it's funny. It's like I stumbled across a wiki that somebody made of just his statements. Just his sayings that he's come up with. And it's just bizarre. Just that kind of level of devotion to a Let's Player. I mean, that'd be awesome if I had that kind of thing, but then again, I don't have that kind of wacky... I mean, I might once I get more comfortable doing this. I've only been doing this for, what, 6 months? Ooh, plutonium! Yeah! Let's get some plutonium, which... I find it funny that you can pick up plutonium even though that is not a naturally occurring substance. Plutonium only comes when you break basically as a result of the nuclear process. Whatever, right? I just realized that the gravity here is like moon level, even though there's water. There's 0.4. Oh, okay, so we can get that bit because it won't be too far out. Oh boy, cobalt. I'm sorry, cobalt is 80. Lead is 40. I remember my prices now. I might do cobalt just because, hey, you know, the cargo, we had some room and we were on the way anyway. But lead? I will never pick up lead. I mean, I would have to have basically, of course, I would have landed on a planet if there was lead on there anyway. There had to have been like gold and plutonium, you know, in huge, big old giant chunks for me to land on a planet that has lead on it. Because it is a complete waste of space and waste of energy and just basically just an all-around waste of time for that crap. I mean, cobalt, at least cobalt is something... I might not even sell the cobalt. I might just keep it because that's a repair... it is... Damn it, I keep talking... Sorry, I'm stuttering. It's a repair mineral by which, you know, will make your ship not vacuum into space and take your crew with you. So cobalt is important. It's cheap, but it's important. Lead is lead. You can't do anything with lead. You can just sell it for 40 MU a kilo. Whoop-de-doo. I guess you could pick up the lead and make miniatures with it, but even then... most miniatures are like a lead alloy of pewter. So, great. I just picked up a bunch of chromium. Chromium and tungsten. I think that's all we're full of here right now. Let's see. Oh, new terrain. Hey, there we go. Let's get those 3. We should have enough energy to get those 3. Yeah. Better not be cobalt again. Oh. Nice 9 units of promethium. I call them kilos, but these are like just units. Could be 9 pounds of chromium. Oh, there we are. Now we're out. Now, let's see. Oh, this is all promethium? Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to drop the chromium because the promethium is a lot more valuable. This would also be, say, if, you know, you had to make the decision between cobalt and something like promethium. Like, yeah, take the freaking promethium. Chromium, eh. Oh no, we're leaving some behind. Now, the problem with procedurally generated is there is a chance... Ooh, there's a chance we might run out of energy. Okay, there's a chance it'll still be there. Oh, come on, don't do this. Oh, crud. I think we can make it just on... Yeah, on reserve. Whew! Alright. There's a chance it'll still be there waiting for us. But I'm not going to bother. Actually, we need to go to the science officer for status to see how we are. We are at 28% cargo. Now, keep in mind, let's run the numbers on that. 28%, of course, that's also with the 21 thing units. call them units. I'm not going to call them kilos anymore because, hey, we're in America. We don't use the metric system! Raw! As you can see here, we've got quite a bit. I mean, obviously, Endurium is our most expensive thing, but we're not ever going to sell that because we're not stupid. But we've got almost 100 in Prothesium, almost 100 in Chromium. So, you know, you add 2 zeros, that's 26,000 basically, and 30,000. Not bad of a haul. We've got about 4,200 there. Yeah, who cares about the cobalt? We can almost eject that stuff. All right, so since we're at about 28%, and we do kind of want to get onto that one, let's do a quick time check. We've been recording, for about 25 minutes. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I would like to do a little bit more cargo, but kind of running a bit on time here. So let's, at least for right now, let's go find our first ruins. We're going to go sell some of this stuff off, and then probably get some more fuel, and then go to the next system and buy, and then do the ruins. And I think that's, as soon as we get to the ruins, that might be where we end our episode. Because, you know, we already kind of had to hear me jabber, and so let's maneuver. It's only been a week in game time. Yeah, the state is not certain. Now, granted, there is a little thingy that does allow to let you know with more certainty, but it'll still say unstable. And I think actually once we get our science dude that's got more spork there, then we'll know with better certainty. Because right now we're basically running on a freshman level science officer. All right, let's go sell stuff. Actually, let's go see if we have any plot yet. I don't think so. I don't think you can plot for a while. We have received reports of an area outward and downspin of Arth, about 40 sectors distant. There's a constellation here in the shape of a cross. Ah, yes, the cross, which seems to mark a nexus of continuum fluxes. Those basically are wormholes. We can suggest, however, that unless you are properly prepared, you avoid this area, since we have already lost several ships in the vicinity. When we go into space, I will show you the map and show you what they're talking about. Let's go sell all our junk. Like I said, we're going to keep the cobalt, because really that's just, what, 300 and just under 400 actual units. We'll definitely sell the plutonium, because money. Yeah, not worried about keeping too much in the repair for right now. What the heck did I... Oh, right. You can actually just put in a 99 if you have under 100. You can really just put in whatever figure, and it'll just go up to that. So now we've got 63,000. So what we're going to do is we're going to buy 4 units of fuel. Just 4. Boop. That'll leave us with almost 60k, which is great. I think now is about the time we start training some of the guys, because the ship, with as close as we are to home system, we shouldn't run risk too much of hostile life forms. Oops, no, we don't want to train that. Okay. So we can get 19 sessions, which I believe will just about finish him. Yes. So 250 is your max. So now, Commander Spork there just graduated just got his PhD in a little more than a week. Let's see. Let's do the navigating, because that's going to be important too. 34 sessions. Actually, let's do 15 sessions for right now. That should leave... Yeah, we can do another 19. Okay, so we can max it out. 300 actually per session is not that bad. So, and then since he's going to be our... I don't think he's going to be our engineer. I think we've got a different engine. 0. 0! Stop arguing with me. Right. Actually, we don't need engineering just yet, but you know what? We'll do that, I think. Okay, so communications isn't going to be... communications is not important just yet. But you know what? I think... What the hell? I think we can actually max everybody out. Okay. So we made enough money that everybody but the captain is absolutely maxed in whatever they need. You can see that. We got 250s. This is why you focus on races that start with 50s, because 250 is your max. It's your super max. We don't need to worry about the captain being smart, because he's a captain, you know. Look at Zap Brannigan. Alright, so now we don't have to worry about training them unless somehow those guys die. And we still have 21,000 units, so we burned through about 40,000 units training our people up, but hey, now they're max, so we should actually get a few more certainties. Now, I believe we can buy better engines. Oh yeah, we can afford Class 3 engines. Now granted, you kind of want to try to get as max as possible before you start buying anything. That's why, at least on shielding, missile launcher and laser cannon, we're going to wait until we can actually kind of crank to at least Class 3. Because number one, you need to make money in order to get a lot of that stuff. And you don't want to get caught with crappy defenses. Yeah, armor's 250. Okay, so there we are. We now have a Class 3 ship, Class 3 shields and Class 4 armor. So let's get out of here and let's go to that one place. I think we might have just enough time to get there. So yeah, we're going to launch. So we do the code again. We got the ULEC Brain World, the flat device, and the VLOX. 924289. All right, I'll hit yes. Now, you'll see basically what happens is if you do screw it up once, you'll see what happens when you mess it up. They do give you another chance. So if we put in the wrong number, we would have gotten, essentially, you'll see what I mean by another chance. But if you fail it twice, then it's kaboom. All right. I don't think we can do star map in system. Yeah, we got to be in hyperspace to do the star map. So let's get out of the system. Bink. All right. Welcome to hyperspace. It's not, it's not pretty. It's just basically black with some things. So this is our star map. Now, what they were talking, like I said, about 40 sectors. It's actually about 33. That is the star constellation. This is going to be important in the future because this will be where a bunch of hyperspace routes are. Now, you saw that map I showed that has some of them already lined out. And you can see here that there aren't very big, like, say, nebula around. Okay, I was wrong. I'm sorry. I was thinking, like, oh, there's supposed to be a huge one of these nebula in the middle. No, that doesn't actually happen until 2. Yeah, in 1, there are some nebulas around, but nothing to the size of the nebula in 2. Anyway, let us get out of here. We just hit there, and that is our star map. It is actually important that you have... It's really important that we have our guys all maxed out now. Because, for instance, if you end up in one of those fluxes... Yeah, now you see here that it's slightly unstable. So this would be bad to actually kind of suggest anyway, because it's close to being flaring themselves. But anyway, if you go through one of those fluxes with a lousy navigator, they don't know where you are. And you just kind of like gimp around, groping for a while. And the star map won't exactly help you either. So, ruins on planet 2. This is a K-class star. You can see by the brown. Alright, so the K-class planet 2, so that's this blue one here. Like I said, normally it'd be an awesome thing to, like, hey, this is blue, this is kind of what we want. But number one, the fact that it's slightly unstable, that's not good, because that's kind of where we are right now. Alright, spacebar to orbit. We'll do some sensors on this. So not a whole huge. There's bio 34. It obviously goes up to 100, and minerals 20. Now, you can see here it does have a nitrogen, oxygen, water. So this would be a great place to colonize if it wasn't for that stupid thing about to kabloo. see the status. I'm sorry, you do the analysis here. The gravity is a bit high, and the temperature is great though. It's about temperate to searing, kind of like we are now. But anyway, so let's go land on those ruins, and let's further the plot a little bit. So we've got here, according to our notes, it's 17 north, 17 north by 162 east. Boom. And we'll descend right on top of it. Now, yeah, they said it was just ruins, though. So you'll see what we'll see what the ruins are like. I think there might actually be a little bit of Endurium in those ruins. So let's disembark. Listen to my kitten mew. Oh, we landed on a ruin. Oh, crud. Okay, well, apparently this stupid thing wants to fight. So, stunner. And we're in a windstorm, too. Great! We're in a windstorm! Oh, crap. Come on. Thank you. Okay, now, like I said, really, you kind of we didn't want to kill it, but with us being in a windstorm, we'll just record biodata and pick it up. And we have a message. Okay, so let's read that. Report to colony control at 16 south by 20 west. Planet 4, System 118. I'm sorry about that. Let's move that a little bit further here. All right, so we've got planet control. Bum, 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 colony control. System 118, 146. Planet floor. What was it? 16 south by 20 west. All right. So that is our first, or should I say our, first non-starting clues. To do the increased demand for hyper-triticale and a recent infestation of small furry creatures, which we have depleted our stock. Yeah, this is so full of Star Trek references. That's half the reason why, doing the Star Trek characters is actually almost appropriate. Oh, in fact, we'll record that. We'll keep that. We didn't get much out of the yeah, usually doing, oh, there we are. That was a small ruin, and this, right up here, is a nice ruin. It's basically what that ruin looks like. You can see here, there are two kinds of ruins. There's like ancient ruins, which basically that's the ruins you really want to look for, because that usually is where you get items and Endurium, and recent ruins. Now you can see here, this nice little thingy, that is a piece of Endurium. Let's see how much it is. Why, it's got 5.9 units. Now, yeah, you could sell it, but why? That means it's 5.9 units that is for us. Now, these pyramids, you always want to hope you stumble on. And you can see Bones there is actually doing really good. He's working on the people. He's being a good doctor, right, all immediately. Even though he's a little twig. So you don't really have to stop and work on it. Now, this scan, you can just scan for stuff, saying, oh, okay, small obelisk, and a ruin. Oh, so there's an item in there. And hey, its aggression is like a wolf, and its smarts is about a fox. Oh, we did another windstorm. Great. So let's take the small obelisk. See, we can see what it says about the description. This item is not analyzed, but yeah, okay, right. You can only analyze that at at home base. So let's stun it. Because you get more money for stun. Oh, it died. Wow, that thing had... We just stunned the stupid thing. Oh, well. It was plant-like. It was basically a plant-like a wolf. The aggression level of a wolf in a plant. You know, I think we actually ran into a corpse flower in our last Pathfinder game. That was so it's kind of like that. Now you only ever, I mean, you don't really necessarily need to do the bio data and pickup because you know you're not getting a lot for it, but at least you know it's kind of something to gotta catch them all. A little bit of Pokemon thing there. Now the little blips there are showing. Oh crap! Still in the still. You know what? Let's get out of here. The windstorm is like just trying to murder us. We kind of actually found the real thing we were looking for, but we can still kind of look around here for our stuff. And I believe actually this. Okay, yeah, okay. So you hit 1 to save. Okay, and there we go. So yeah, you hit the number 1 to save, and then it saves and exits. So yeah, we're gonna put a pin in there. Thank you very much for for watching here. I hope you enjoyed that episode. We're gonna get back into that next time, and class dismissed.